today, very action-oriented episode because I want to give you something that you can take away from just listening to this and make a few tweaks to your habits, maybe add some new routines that will allow you to boost your online presence. 3 ways that you can do this. One of them is more of an audit, and 2 of them are going to be things you can start doing in a regular basis, and you'll see that it will start to compound and build upon itself so you can actually stand out, be perceived as an expert, and have the social proof that is necessary for people to earn your trust, get their attention, make a few more sales in the process. All right. The first thing I want to speak about is called the 0 moment of truth. This is a concept that I read in an article a long time ago, but I love it because it's that first thing that we do when we discover a new product, a new brand, or someone that we see online. And in essence, we're going to do one thing, and we're going to Google it. Okay. In 2023, maybe we'll search it on AI, and eventually AI is going to be the thing that replaces the Google. But let's be honest, we search things when we're about to meet them so we can get a bit more research. So what is it that people find the moment they search for you? Are they going to find you, first of all? See, one of the best indicators for your expertise and your online presence is, well, what are they going to find when they look for your name or the name of your brand or the name of your product in your local area? Are we even showing up, right? These are huge things we need to consider. And if you do that Google search for yourself, we need to start prioritizing what are the activities that we set that when people come and see what you have there, is it actually helping you or against you? So what are some of the activities we want to do? Well, possibly you might want to have a website that's functioning, and that can be found if somebody looks for your specific name. And sometimes you might have to get creative with the way that you brand yourself as an individual so that you actually stand out. I'll give you a very relevant example, which is my own self. My name is Jason Campbell. And I've always went by the name Jason Campbell for the majority of my life, yet I went and did a Google search for Jason Campbell, and there are so many different Jason Campbells in the world, including one who is a famous quarterback in the NFL, retired now, but still dominated the search engines. You would search for my name and you would find NFL stats. Not the best way to be found as an expert, but guess what? I do have a middle name, and that is Marc, and that domain was also available. So I could buy jasonmarccampbell.com. So everywhere on the way that I present myself, the title on my book or the authorship of my book is Jason Marc Campbell. Go ahead, take a test. Go and see what happens when you search for Jason Marc Campbell, and you will see everything is optimized for you to discover me, my work around selling with love, and you want to be able to do something similar for yourself. Yes, set up a website and include some elements of SEO will be very, very useful. But you just want to make sure that if they do not find your website, are they going to find your social media profiles? Let me give you one of the best SEO ways to optimize your own personal name, which is ensuring that your LinkedIn account is up to date. LinkedIn has one of the best strategies, which is whether you have an account with them or not, you appear in the search results. So, are you the first person with your name that appears? And when they find it, is it actually presenting the right information? Take some time to optimize that profile and any other profile if these are going to be the things that people are going to find when it is going to be searching for you, your brand, your product, so that that 0 moment of truth shows what you want. And maybe you're going to be capturing leads, capturing emails, but having that in place is the first thing you want to do before you even start considering doing the habits that can boost your online presence as well. Which brings me to point number 2. You want to have what I call a cadence of content. Cadence of content. See, if you want to have people go and find your profile, find your website, what is going to be that one thing that you can do regularly that at least people are always getting more value from you on a regular basis? Is that a podcast? Is that a video series? Is that an article? Are those social media posts? Is it a TikTok? It doesn't really matter what medium you choose. What is important is what is going to be the regular frequency that you are going to commit to so people see that what you are doing seriously and you're doing consistently. For example, I've been doing this podcast for over 3 years. So anybody who wants to go and see the history of who is this Jason Marc Campbell, what is Selling Love all about, they can discover the podcast has been existing for years. Now, to have a podcast that exists for 3 years means that I had to start at a point where my podcast had 1 episode. That means if you don't already have this one habit where you can create content, deliver value, and continuously do it, you need to find it and just do it consistently. Now, here's a brutal truth. you might not be so good at the beginning, and that's okay. I remember the first time I started having a cadence of recording weekly videos. My first 8 videos, I never released them. They were so horrible. I didn't want anybody to see how bad I was, but I got into the habit of doing them weekly. And if you can at least start doing something with a habit, whether it's weekly, every 2 weeks, every month, whatever it is, just do it regularly and start now. Because this is going to compound, and you will be saying maybe in 3 years, I'm so glad I started today, because now you can say that you've been having a history of over 3 years, just like I'm having that history with my podcast. Find that medium, get that cadence, and now whenever people discover you, there's going to be something of a history that exists, and you can start building that history now if you're not building it already. The third habit that will help you boost your online presence is actually having a habit of connection. Yes, this is prospecting. Yes, this is networking. Yes, this is going out and setting a daily goal where you go find people that are relevant to your industry. And this could be for potential clients. This could be potential partners. This could be potential employers, regardless of what way that you use selling. As long as you have a habit of connection, you will never have that many struggles. See, someone that is actively nurturing their network and doing connections is always going to have opportunities coming their way. Not when you're hungry, they're just always going to continuously come your way. The biggest mistake I see happen is people build this habit of connection only when they need something. And we've had that friend, the one you didn't talk to for 5 years or since high school, and then suddenly sends you a Facebook message and says, hey, I'd love to have this conversation for this business opportunity. And now you're thinking, well, this person wants to sell me something or recruit me into something, and I don't trust them, and they got my attention. So why aren't we doing this as a habit? Because if you do this from a habit and you keep in touch and you actually care about nurturing that network and building these connections, again, you will have a community of people that know that you show up consistently, you've been producing content that generates values consistently, and when they search for you, they find something good. If you do these 3 things consistently, there is no way that your online presence will not be boosted. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a beautiful way to show up from a place of love and really put in the habit and the work that is necessary to stand out, build that social proof, be an expert, and be proud of the work that you do in the process. So of course, use these, put it into action, and of course, keep selling with love.